I can prove that two triangles are congruent by using a two-column proof. We're going to take what we've been doing the last few lessons, last 3 lessons, and actually just take that format and kind of make it more official. This is our old school way we've been doing things. We're going to have a new school way. If you'd like, you can go ahead and hit pause and try and do this unofficial proof. Okay, here I go. I need to mark some things up. First thing I know, since I have no markings, these angles are congruent by vertical angles. Using my given, I see use the midpoint of both of these segments, YX and WV. So I can say tick, 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 or rather double tick, double tick. I've used this information, so I'll cross it out. The reason I was able to make this marking and also this marking was this word right here. So it's the definition of a midpoint. Make sure you annotate. Well, let's see what we have. Let's put down our dots on anything that doesn't have a marking. So it looks to me like I have a side, angle, side situation. And I know I can only make one kind of triangle from those 3 parts. So these 2 triangles sharing those parts makes them congruent. So I'm going to come down here and prove this now. The order I'll go in is single tick, single arc, double tick. So that's going to be a side, angle, and side. Here I go. Let's go with segment YU is congruent to segment XU. Watch your order. Angle YUW is congruent to angle XUV. And finally, segment WU is congruent to segment VU. The reasons why: this was definition of a midpoint. So is the 2 ticks down here. And the reason these angles were congruent, it says right here, vertical angles. Okay, so my 2 triangles are congruent. I'll make a statement. I've been trying to follow this order here. This was my first triangle, this was my second triangle. So I kept the same order. So I have to do the same thing down here. And I'm going to say triangle YUW is congruent to triangle XUV. Reason why: side, angle, side, congruency. Now that's the old school way. Check your work. Let's go take this and actually fit it into a new format. If you take a good look, you'll see the difference between these 2 formats. So the first major difference is that I'm actually asking you to prove something. I'm telling you what I want you to prove. Okay? And what you have to do is take that proof and always put it last. The order matters here, and you want to finish with your thesis. You want to finish by saying, and because of all of this stuff, this is now true. Now, here's something else that's challenging, though. The given information up here has to go first. And there's a reason for that. You have to actually state something, you have to establish it before you can reference it. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to skip this first line for one moment, and I'm just going to take all of this stuff and put it in the middle 3 lines. Nothing changes. You'll notice, though, the marking column here doesn't exist over here. Well, that doesn't bother me. All of this stuff is the same. All of the annotations are the same. Okay, still a side, angle, side. Everything's the same. And just because I don't have this column here doesn't mean I can't make one on my own. As soon as I see it's side, angle, side, I'll just make sure I prove the side, the angle, and the side. I'll make a little annotations over there for me, and I'll go single tick, single arc, double tick. So I kind of build this informally right here in these 2 columns. And I already know these 2 triangles are going to be congruent because they share the same side, angle, and side. So I'm not done though unless I prove each of these pairs of congruent parts, which I'm going to do here, here, and here. So watch as I take this stuff here and I move it over. All of that is going to be exactly the same. All my reasons are the same, but this is where it gets interesting. So everything is pretty much the same. This last line is really here. Here's my evidence. But you'll notice this first line here, where I'm going to put my given. I'm going to write up here use the midpoint of yx, segment yx, and segment wv. Why do I have to say that? Well, imagine you're giving me an argument and you say, oh yeah, listen, this segment and this segment are congruent because the definition of a midpoint. And I'm like, wait a minute, there's a midpoint? Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you that u is the midpoint. If you don't first establish that u is the midpoint, you can't refer to a midpoint. It doesn't make any sense. It's like saying, she got in crazy trouble. Wait a minute, who's she? You have to tell me who it is first before you can say something like she, just like you have to tell me there is a midpoint before you can use that as a reason why something's true. If you don't state it first, it's going to be wrong. So I'm going to go ahead and put up here, this is given, because it was. And I want you to think as I zoom in here, this here in the very beginning is really our given. Okay, what comes next? All of this stuff over here, the next three, this is really our evidence. And then the last thing down here, this is really our thesis or our conclusion, which is interesting because the thesis comes last for us here in this proof. That's not normally how people will write. So this is the new format. Again, to recap, look at the differences. You have to put your given first. You have to put the prove last. Everything else is the same in here. You have to make sure that given is first so you can actually reference it. All the same annotations apply. So the big differences here. The new school method, also known as a two-column proof, requires we write the given first. And prove, the prove, so to speak, last. Okay, those are the big, big differences. So, what are the steps? The main steps here to write this proof. Step one, you still want to annotate your diagram with marks and words. Okay, the marks will be the congruency statements. The words will be the reasons why. Next up, identify your set of minimal conditions. What do I mean by that? SSS, SAS, ASA, AAS. That's how you're going to prove the two triangles congruent. And then here are the new parts. Write the given first. And then the last part, right? The prove last. Those are new. Okay, and then finally, list your evidence. You have to prove each part. The side, the angle, and the side were proved here. The side, the angle, and the side. That's it. Good luck.